another prospect game here. Unfortunately, I'm not Doug, and I don't have the super professional setup.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are just getting the content of the prospects up though, so I don't think it's
We
too
might
bad.
have to jump straight into pick some bands.
Oh, okay.
We might have to skip it
Yep,
because it's
it's fine.
glitched. I don't know if it's glitched for you.
I don't know. I didn't. Oh wait, I thought you said. Well, I didn't actually press spectate yet. I'm gonna do it right now, or I didn't put in the code yet. But yeah, it is glitched for me. Yeah, I just
Alright,
got
you
in.
ready? 3.
It's I don't see anything.
Alright, it just goes with team match. We'll go to 0.
Yep. Ooh, this is an interesting game.
It's a very high level game.
Yeah.
Everyone here UD, I think, except for maybe one or two players.
I think there's like 2 MD players here.
Yeah.
Potentially. I think Logan Too Fresh is probably a MD player. I don't know Big Monkey, but I kind of am assuming he's MD player at least. And I think FlameytheFeeder here and Mercworks are both MD
Yeah, I think they're both
caliber.
MD.
Yeah, I think Bacon here is definitely UD probably. Has been doing pretty well. And I'm on 50 seconds right now. You gonna wait till we get to like 10 or something?
Minions have spawned.
Sorry, can you pause at 10?
Yep, I'm gonna pause at 12 actually because I wasn't sure where you're at. So.
Alright, I'm at 12. Alright, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Anything? I didn't hear what you said. I had to take my headset off for a second.
Oh, I wasn't saying anything important. Nothing really, just Saxing.
I think Loki's a really interesting pick. We don't see it that much, and people still have a really negative connotation when they think about Loki. But I think he's actually a really strong pick right now. He's really good at running a game.
I think he's up there. Yeah, for sure. I think he's up there. He has been picked in SPO, I think, 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, and every
Even
time
by good
Johnny's
teams.
really good with him. He's literally forces other teams to ban him out because they just don't know how to handle it.
Yeah, not used to the Loki coming in here after like never being played essentially in comp.
We will see another game here with Subkiller facing off against Logan Too Fresh here.
Yep. So we will see how Logan stacks up against one of the best solo laners right now in this league. Brownslide on knock support again. Also, to keep note, going against NF. He was originally on Valhalla last season, but was unable to play. But before he was unable to play, he was one of the top supports. I think the top support.
Yeah, he was
for upper division last season.
Yeah, he's really good support for what I'm aware of.
Yep, and he also is one of our captains for the season 3, as we do acknowledge him that he can make a good draft and will be performing at this level.
Looks like no one really able to get anything too big off here. Both teams just looking to be really aggressive, but neither really able to make anything huge here. Bit on the start here from the Heimdallr go with Mannequin Scepter.
Yeah, I think he actually believes in it. He went Mannequin Scepter Heimdall against me and Carry Lane. I mean, you were saying something earlier about stopping the crit. I mean, it helps you box a lot too, and has cleave autos with Heim. I think it's definitely something you could look forward to if you want to close out these games.
Like, I truly think Mage ADCs could make a comeback if players play smart, because they do well into late game hunters. And with everyone building crit right now, most of the matchups they can do fairly well into actually. Like, I don't mean all of them. Like, Frey, I think obviously still does bad, but I think picks like Kronos and Soul could probably still do pretty well here.
I think Soul's right, but I think Soul would have to take a lot of advantage of you in an early game because she has to ramp up her autos, right? When she's in late game. So
I think Kronos probably obviously like the best one to go into it.
Yeah, passive helping out in the late game and able to just really cook up, even though
almost everything here happening from red team here, and it looks like FlameytheFeeder rotating over here. Brownslide eating a lot of damage along with JoeFromNewyork, really losing this trade here from red team. One big note from this mannequins though, Armor Wolf is really good at stripping away these buffs. He can burn them down very quickly with mannequins, doing 4 times burn damage with them.
Yep, adds on to the early pressure I was talking about as well. Not only the fact that his autos are cleave and spread onto these minions, but he can clear those buffs really fast with the passive and the numbers on it. As they're going to grab that burr buff almost instantly. Brownslide not able to find anything over there.
They're really able to burn down basically any objective, even late game though. When Fire Giant comes up, he's going to burn that objective even faster.
Yeah, Skirmish over here on the right side though with Sub Killer ulting up Tier. It might be a solo kill here, but Ymir's, Tier's an ult out, but probably, not anything from Sub Killer. I think he had his stun ult up. Maybe could have hit him with the stun, but probably seeing it's not going to kill, and maybe he didn't have any cooldowns for another ability to follow up after the stun to finish him off. But nonetheless, Tier ult forced out, and the big Sub Killer ult are for King Arthur, I believe.
Looking rotation here on Sub Killer.
Yep. Tier blinks in. Just
off here, and looks like Logan Trish might hold down here to Sub Killer. Sub Killer is dashing away here.
Probably gets out actually. That's a weird play from Tier. Like maybe he was just trying to make Sub Killer be like, what is this guy doing? Let me just kill him. Like trying to bait. But I think he should have just blinked and fearless him instantly and then walked away.
Likely trying to show off here. And most people know Sub Killer knows he's a really good player. And I know almost everyone has lost lane to him. And so a lot of players in Soul Lane, they want to make a name for themselves, will want to face him and try to beat him. Sub Killer does fall down here to Nestle.
Yep, great rotation from the red team support NF. Just seeing that I think did they secure the red buff? The blue buff? I'm not sure. I think they
blue team
did.
Stole it, yeah.
Yeah, they did, but over here, putting Sub Killer in check and not allowing them to hang over too long. Just by Tier.
He falls off very hardcore late game. He's just not able to do as much as he was, especially into a knock. Oh, no, knocks on his team, my bad. Well, regardless, into Ares, kind of the same thing. When we use most of his dashes, he'll fall off very heavily in the team fights. And so he really wants to get ahead in lane and use that lead to push his team for a lead.
Yeah, and try to close it out fast. Skirmish over here in Soul Lane again, but nothing really. Interesting to notice Ravana. Oh, Nox getting caught out here though. Gets rooted, gets crippled, and gets ulted.
Looks like Ravana will dive in. Nestle not falling though. Will make it out alive.
1 HP. Ravana might die here, perhaps, but nothing up for the red team here with Discordia dropping some things back. And Ravana looking back here in the mid, maybe to get something, or just hanging around here. Oh, a little bit.
A lot of poke here.
Oh, God.
Solo kill and Bacon falls down.
Soloed him over there in this under the tier 1 tower, I believe. And Ravana, not sure what he's looking for there, just walked up and between Loki and Agni and forgot that Agni's probably going to get his bomb back in about 2 or 3 seconds and just kind of just died right there.
Really just not respecting the damage out of the Agni. Agni really aggressive.
Good beats. Unfortunately, it dies. That was a great beats from Bacon. His two short range, his ult, he didn't have any more ults up. He needed to make sure that he didn't get stopped by that root so he can land the 2. I think he actually beads a little bit too late actually, because if he would have pre-beads, he wouldn't have had to walk as far to hit the 2.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't have taken a tower shot extra.
Subkiller currently has a 2-level lead already in the solo lane, which is something you don't want to see on an Arthur. That feels almost impossible to fight into.
Yeah, Arthur doesn't even do that good in the early game, or at least the first level or 2 or 3. Tier actually would have probably been able to do some work as they're trading about even. But
Tier's one of the best guys to go into Arthur.
Yeah,
outtrades
for
him most
sure.
of the time, honestly. In out sustains him. Nestle with a
Yeah.
big ult right here, Blink, forcing out an ultimate and a beads from the enemy team here. Disco ult, it does hit Bacon, but overall, I think a win for a red team right there. For ult beads.
Yeah.
Oh, Joe
They
from New
did
York
force out knock
getting
speeds.
yeeted out solo by Armor Wolf over here.
Not even
Bacon's just
close.
doing the work.
Armor Wolf full HP here and not even touched. I don't even know what happened over there, but
Subkill with
Logan
another
getting
solo
soloed in
kill.
the tower again. Not able to keep up.
Bacon
Subkill
getting a
here.
kill here in mid, and it looks like Ravon just not able to get in in time.
Yeah, I mean the red team here. You see you have your soul lane 3 levels below, but I mean your mid lanes here is not that much of a lead. Probably has a little bit more, probably has some more gold, but not that much in the XP department. And we have which is now a level and a half actually, and we have Armor Wolf here in the ADC lane with about a level and a half as well. Leads coming for the red team in the mid and the dual lane, but a much more massive lead, or deficit I should say for the tier in the solo lane, 3 levels below.
But the lead between carry and mid is actually equaling out to the solo lead, which I think will be a big help for red team come late game. And team fights in general, really help them stay in this. Blue team looking for another invade here. Mercworks on the blue buff, really just zoning out the enemy team. They can't really get in there. It looks like Monkey wanted to go in for it, but Tier just playing way too passive, not wanting to go in with the follow-up on his team's rotation. Ravana
Yeah, Agony here.
just really nothing following up. Logan misses the Fearless, and looks like Bacon's forced to retreat. His Subkiller gets a double kill here, and Subkiller is kind of spiraling out of control here in the soul lane in this match.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Bacon is doing there at quarter HP, just pulling up just to get ulted. I really don't know why he was that low and why he just came around there. Questionable play from Bacon. I think they just gave him the blue buff there and don't even go in there. I'm not sure why Monkey was hanging around just to get
here
tossed
by
up.
Nestle here, getting a lot of
No,
damage.
Ravana.
Ultimate coming out here.
He knows he has no O and no immunity. Could just solo him here. Some flames with the Discordia peeling, Nox peeling, just enough. Unfortunate. Nestle might die here for that. Gets double ulted. Loki he didn't miss, though he used it for movement. And
that's a big win there from Nestle. He just did so much work for the team.
Yeah, and F actually just hanged in there and was really trying to punish that Ravana, and he was able to stay there long enough to bait the blue team to use like 2 ultimates just to kill Nestle and get refragged. Unfortunate there. Nestle doing a good job baiting, as he has a very good support, and Armor Wolf is just going to get these pro buff, it seems, on lockdown.
See that blue wave just all followed by Armor Wolf? Walked up. He's going to miss out on an entire wave now. Like the entire wave just chased him to the purple buff. He didn't even clear it.
Yeah, he just wanted that buff at all costs. Which I don't blame him though. I mean, you don't want to allow them, if you're doing something like this mannequin, right? You want to really make it early, right? You want to make it work. So you want to make sure that you're just running in there and just spearheading and like asserting your dominance, especially against a Jingwei here, and especially if the team doesn't have the resources to put you down over here. But them having to dedicate too much to help out the soul lane over here. Unfortunate.
Yeah, at this point, I think you really can't save solo lane anymore. If you don't want to fight around this King Arthur at all, you want to fight around your duo lane in your mid, with people who have like a 3-level or 2-level lead, rather than the 4-level Arthur with Bluestone and Glad Shield.
Nestle trying to get in here, looking for an ult. Discordia doesn't have beads. He could have got a good ult there.
I think he was at range for it.
Yeah, perhaps.
Ooh, taking a lot of damage there. Ultimate used by Monkey. He looks like FlameytheFeeder will live. Does hold on to Nestle using the ultimate here, and it looks like Brownslide will fall down as well to Nestle, who gets a double kill. Monkey does fall down to Mercworks though, so 2 for 2 trade.
Yep, Agony beats pulled out there.
So much work for your team here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Brownslide beads were pulled out. Flamey died there. Didn't have beads up in the first place, and Agony's beads were taken out of that with Loki not having beads during that fight. But not that bad, I would say. Blue team actually has a
regardless. Interesting he doesn't shove a wave in.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure how I feel about holding the wave there. Like, I mean, it keeps you safe there, right? But if you just seen that team fight happen, right? You see people are dead, people don't have anything. I would just push down the lane and use that time that they're recovering to grab some farm at a faster rate instead of waiting there for these minions to die slowly when you're at no danger with I mean, I think it just comes into map awareness, right? You see the team happen there, you see the fight, you could go there, push like 2 or 3 waves, you get like at least a level 11, level 12 just off that. Not in danger at all. Need to be aware of the map. As
Armor Wolf another kill over here in the dual lane. Solo kill. Armor Wolf extremely low. Might make it out safely. Ultimately is used beads. I guess he does fall down.
unfortunately, he walked out of his crystal and used both
I think
actives and then
it's
went
because of
back
the
in.
shaking thing from the ultimate.
Perhaps, yeah. But I mean, but actually, does beads stop you from shaking though? Like from being disorientated?
Yeah,
Because
you're right.
yeah, he used beads and Aegis, and he walked outside while beads, while Aegis, and then walked back in by the end of the duration, which I'm not sure what was the meaning for that. As Subkiller is just gonna probably grab this other blue buff. Maybe Tyr tries to steal it away or something. Not even coming close enough.
He
Just
doesn't really have a way to steal it away without being in danger from the cripple.
yeah,
At this
he would
point.
have to get in there and dash or just walk up.
Still hasn't even finished his second item yet, while Arthur's already on his third.
Yeah, Logan here not. Oh, as Ares gets a good ult into Discordia, no beads it seems, and Nox supporting here, making I can do less damage to that ult, but Discordia probably still
Really good
dies here.
use
Maybe
here.
baits it a long enough time, but it is still alive for now, and they're gonna turn into Agni. Too long to kill that Discordia. Agni dashes out, and Discordia will die, and that's a trade in the mid lane here with Loki ulting on Ravana, and Ravana uses immunity to get out, and it's picked up as well. Yeah, King Arthur here trying to put things back together after that 2-for-1 trade here. Took too long to kill Discordia, but wasn't too bad for the red team as a skirmish is happening here on the dual side with Armor Wolf ulting him out of here, being in position to kill him here, out trading him, and does force Aegis.
Does get the kill here, and it looks like Subco rotating and recognizing Armor Wolf won't be able to back off.
He still has Crystal up though. I don't think he gets it here.
Ooh, going back in aggressively so we can get a better position on Subco to look for a kill here. Subco eating a lot of damage. Really isn't that tanky other than just base stats, and he will be forced out here.
Yep, that should be the tier 1 on his left side here. Opting not to take it. Surprising, but maybe they're too scared.
But it looks like Nessa being dived down by Brownslide will be forced out here. Subco are still looking to continue this fight here. Logan still only level 11 to level 16 Arthur.
Red team trying to pull this. I'm not sure.
Logan's in tanky,
they can
tanky. He's the lowest
right
level
now.
in the game.
Yeah. Like I said, he's not able to. He's not doing what he should do. He's rotating over here for these fights when there's not merit from them, and he's not farming efficiently. He's letting the waves just freeze here, and if you freeze waves, it's because like you can't push down the wave because you're gonna die if you do it. So you get more net farm from just having them go slowly, or if you're just holding the waves so that in an aggressive way, so the other team or the other laner you're going against can't come in and get some XP. So you just keep him further behind. But he's just doing the worst of both worlds.
Arthur's really putting the enemy jungler behind by just invading on cooldown now. Skirmish happening in mid lane once again. Ultimate is used by Discordia, who is 2 levels down still.
Yeah, fighting a lot here. Would like to see her just go to these back camps and stuff, get the beads forced out. Yeah, I mean, the tier is now higher than Discordia. I mean, tier wasn't farming well efficiently. Maybe he figured it out now, but Discordia is not. As there's 2 people going onto King Arthur here on the right side. Misses the chain. Nothing gonna happen from there, I believe.
I think Discordia's just farming efficiently as well, and just fighting way too much.
Yeah, she's just sitting in the mid here, like in this scenario, just go for these back camps. But she's not.
To the duo lane, looking for another kill on Joe from New York. Odd they keep looking to punish this Jing Wei so heavily.
Yeah, no vision from Joe either, but he's probably just assuming that there's a Loki around thanks to Heim holding the wave. Because if you're holding the wave, that means that you have all the pressure. So maybe even a jungler's hanging over here. Walks up, he'll die. No farm for Joe from New York there. Yeah, 3-level lead in the carry side here between the ADC.
Nestle eating the ultimate for his mid laner there, saving his life. Very good peel there. And red team losing the skirmish, but not as heavily as they could have. Armor Wolf level 17, the only person who can step up to sub-killer at this point. With his own massive lead to 3 levels in the duo lane.
Yeah, it's both sides of the map, opposite leads for these teams here.
Logan Logan Too Fresh eating a lot of damage here, is forced to ultimate out. Nestle with a 3-man ultimate, pulling him in, no beat, Subkiller get pulled in. And it looks like Logan Too Fresh eats way too much damage, and Mercworks diving in. Looks like Nestle may just fall. Subkiller gets the kill onto Logan Too Fresh, following the chase up, and it looks like Brownslide might be looking for a kill here. Grabs Bacon extremely low, uses the ultimate. Bacon doesn't make it out alive. Nestle with no mana, trying to dive back in. Armor Wolf extremely healthy still, looking for a kill here on the Brownslide. Can't quite get the autos in from the peel from the Discordia, and it looks like Brownslide will fall down to Armor Wolf. Nestle still extremely low, can't get in there, and blue team might just have to retreat here. Looking to pick up the red buff here, but Armor Wolf is extremely healthy and hits extremely hard right now. Has to use the beach on Subkiller. Subkiller extremely low. Ult used by Mercworks, ultimate used by Armor Wolf to get him
Taking turns on the on Armor Wolf here. Finally finds a foothold on Ravana. No ult, I think. Might get cleaned up here. So they're on the back foot of the fight.
Armor Wolf TPing in here, good positioning, and it looks like Subkiller might just fall as well. FlameytheFeeder dead. Subkiller falls down as well. Finally gets shut down by Nestle. Big kill.
Armor Wolf. I think Armor Wolf and NF going. I mean, my fault. NF's on the other team, but he's doing well too. But NF here is just wait, they're on the same time retarded. But anyway, NF and Armor Wolf are just going crazy here. Armor Wolf, he had really good relic usage over there. He was in between like the tier 2 area where the door is at, and he was just baiting there so hard. And they try to go on him. He used Aegis, good Aegis, got Brownslide killed, and then they try to go on him another time. Subkiller, he used beads well, and then Ravana went in. He ulted him well. You know, he was able to use all his resources there and just stay in the fight, stay healthy, so that his team could come in and just like play around this bait that he's been setting up with all these members from the blue side trying to get in on him. They're just taking turns trying to kill Armor Wolf, but his resource usage is too good here, and he's able to bait their team.
Instead, they kept going at him one at a time. And Ravana just dives in with Subkiller, and Subkiller dove in and got the ultimate off. I think they killed him.
Yeah, perhaps, or at least make him have to ult out defensively and not be able to stay in there cooking up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Could be comms, or just the fact that they don't play together, perhaps. But I think it's still close, even if they both go in here. I don't think he dies necessarily if them two go in there, even if it's calculated. Maybe if the Discordia is also there too at the exact time, and they just burn him that fast.
I think he's going to be one of the premier ADC players in the upper division. Do you agree?
Oh yeah, I definitely agree. I haven't seen Armor Wolf
out here, eating a lot of damage, just blowing up instantly.
Bacon caught lacking. They had a ward on his blue buff, so they're probably playing for something over there. Yeah, I mean my fault on the red buff. But yeah, they're playing for something there. But yeah, back to Armor Wolf. I think Armor Wolf's going to be premier ADC. I haven't seen him, eat the dirt to any other ADC yet. He has been put behind, of course. I have seen that. It happened in a game where he's playing Chernobog before earlier. He has been put down before, but Ares goes in.
Big ult here, pulls out 2 of them. Bees used by the rest of them, maybe unnecessarily, but a Fire Giant now dropped. Big Fearless from
Triple Fearless.
3 people at one time. FlameytheFeeder, extremely low. Monkey falling down. Subcode looks like does fall down here. And
here ulted out.
Facing Logan Too Fresh, gets a kill over here onto FlameytheFeeder, and Armor Wolf able to survive this TPs.
I'm too slippery.
Logan Too Fresh staying around maybe a little too long here, gets caught out, and looks like Logan Too Fresh will fall down.
I'm not quite sure exactly what happened there, but I did see Logan ult past everybody, not even hit anybody. He kind of was just useless there. He just ulted past everybody, but nothing.
He's just chasing on the kill on the.
He did get a triple fearless though. That was actually really good. But then afterwards, it didn't transition to they pulled a lot of relics between the tier and the, and Brownslide on the Nox.
Bacon with a big ultimate right there, hitting 2 people at one time. No tanks on this Fire Giant. Joe from New York holding it by himself. Eating a lot of damage here. If you can just recognize that. Ultimate is used from Brownslide. Armor Wolf eating too much damage here. Looks like he will fall down to Subkiller falling down to Bacon. And it looks like Bacon diving in maybe a little bit too
my
hard.
God. Caught his dash 1/4 of the way through. That was pretty insane. I'm pretty sure he was just trying to grab him, maybe just aiming a little bit ahead to compensate for him walking forward, but it was able to line up and caught his dash, and Agni's definitely done for there in that scenario.
I think it's dash off, he gets that double kill, and it's a...
Yeah, because he can dash and stun, make the space, you know what I'm saying? Definitely, but very important that he caught him there. I think Agni would have returned that.
Once again.
Yep.
How do you think Armor Wolf stacks up against other carries? that were big players last season, such as
I think
Buzzio
if we're
or
going off
Chubby Ninja.
last season, I think he does probably slightly better than Buzzanio in lane. If I just had to guess, I think he definitely beats Justin in lane. Justin more of a team fight ADC, often losing lane in those regards, bullied out by Buzzanio. But I think Armorwolf brings similar energy as Buzzanio did in that lane there, and also people like Chubby Ninja who do like to take control of that lane. But I think he has a lot of everything though. Does very well in the lane. In the team fights you see, his IQ is great. His relic usage is great.
Yeah.
Resources. He's staying alive in these fights and able to, make some plays here just by existing.
Yeah, I personally think Chubby was probably the best carry last season, balancing really well between lane bully and team fighter. I think he played both extremely well and probably the best out of the 3 top ADCs.
Yeah, definitely for sure. They all exhibited different aspects of the ADC player. I think Armorwolf does all of them pretty exceptionally well. So I'd say better than Chubby for now. But we haven't seen him against. We have seen him do well against other good ADCs, but it's only been like I think 2 or 3 times. Other times it's been against people who are maybe good players but don't play the role, or are just not at that caliber of ADC. Joe doesn't play ADC; he plays support main. But yeah, Gold Cherry for free. Yeah, Primal for free.
I think we have some new interesting junglers. I think Monkey's doing fairly well with his team.
Yeah, he was doing some iffy things earlier, I believe, like with the blue buff, just hanging around too long. But I think he's been transitioning well, never minding those mistakes, and he has better stat line here. He's been involved in more kills than Ravana has, and I think he's playing well with his team. So maybe not the most insane on his own, but able to be cohesive here and still make sure he's effective as the red team picks up the Pyromancer.
I don't know if you've noticed, I've seen some new mid laners who are really good, new supports who are really good this season, same thing with carries, but I haven't seen any new solo laners who really like impressed me, who seem like they can step up to some of the top hitters that we already had.
Yeah, I think the solo lane has stayed stagnant as Nox pulled the beads of Armorwolf. 1 second here, Agni knocked up, poked out really hard here with blue team with Fire Giant. They just got a bead and stuff. And Tears actually also might die here, but that's a lot of things pulled out of red team here. Definitely can't defend this tier 2 anymore with blue team still healthy, and they pulled out the relics from most of the red team, or at least some resources, including Tears O and beads and Heim beads as well. But yeah, I think the solo lane has been the most stagnant in terms of skill level increase. I think overall the league, with many more players coming in, the level of the league has gone up a bit. I see a lot of good players in all these roles as red teams here trying to defend. Tier 2 gets a 3-man ult.
4-man ultimate. Looks like nothing too much from Brownslide, eating a lot of damage to Brownslide, forced to dash away inside of his carry currently. And it looks like FlameytheFeeder might fall down.
That's 40, and Keontae with a triple O, or their double man actually, yeah.
And FlameytheFeeder will fall down. Same thing with Subkiller, and now red team in a good position here.
Yeah, Heim crystalled all the way out. Was full health with Aegis. Maybe just did it by accident. Thought he was going to go forward, but went backwards instead. Yeah, a good tier 2 defense from the red team here, showing that the Subkiller can't run their game, with Nestle and Armorwolf doing really good here, and Bacon also doing some nice plays here as well, getting his damage off. But yeah, definitely maybe would like to see if any solo laners here have been. I think Pulsar though. Pulsar was a sub on the UD team last season, and he did mostly play support and I think jungle, but he has been trying to be in the solo lane here. He's been doing pretty well. I mean, he's not a new player, but he's we haven't seen him in the role yet. I think he's been doing well in that so far. If you wanted to talk on that,
I think when I saw him play, he played against the Logan Too Fresh, for reference, and they went about even in terms of gameplay. I think Logan slightly beat him in lane, but Pulsar I think outcompeted him.
Fire Giant fight. Yeah, Ravana had to ult out here.
Giant burning down very quickly. Armorwolf was
double knockup.
Quickly able to burn down, and it looks like the chase is continuing. That's eating a lot.
Airy eating a little bit too much, trying to bait too hard. Yeah.
Fearless misses, or no, I think he got the beads out instead.
Yeah, it was the beads. Yeah, yep, the beads.
Too much damage
His
on
armor here
Armor
probably
almost down
dead.
here, and Logan
Ooh,
do
not
have
able to
extremely
place
low
the
as well.
thing.
Bacon extremely low also. All of them being currently chased out here, and blue team in a good dominant position for this team fight. Maybe
Yeah, for
able
sure.
to get a
Yeah, could
Phoenix
possibly
here.
push down all this way here. Probably get the Phoenix here. Armor
Logan
Wolf
on the run
unable
here.
to put down his portal and get out.
Monkey
Had to
will
use
put
the
down
Aegis.
from Mercworks down there. Logan caught
Oh,
out. He forced to use the ultimate. He might not be able to get out of this fight alive. Logan.
Agni doing good damage, almost killing Sub Killer there.
He will get out. Only 2 left to defend this tower here.
Yeah. With the nice double stun here,
Bacon
just some
dashes
dash out,
into the
but
team.
dash right into Ravana and probably
And
dead here.
instantly gets blown
Not
away.
aware of Mercworks lurking in the water. But yeah, I did throw some credit to Pulsar because although I didn't know he faced Logan Fresh in that manner, I did know he faced around against Tellerin, who is 2600 PC Masters and was in the solo lane, plays it decently. But Ares with a good pull here, gets Joe, no relics, no ult up, and looks like Tier's gonna die here. Although NF got a really
Still
good
not
pull
able to
there.
hit level 20 yet.
Yep, unfortunate there.
And now we're
Still
back
doesn't
to
have that. Yeah, it's this game. I think these teams were pretty good balanced. Not sure who made them, but yeah, it's definitely going back and forth here. You like to see that in these prospect games. It shows us what these players could do into the late game when they have to, and when they really have to communicate. Because anybody could win the game if you just have one or two good players just making everything easy for you guys, and then you guys just end with the early lead. But when it comes to late game and you both are even, it really matters how well you can do in that team fight and how good your communication and realization and awareness is for these fights, so you can really stick it through. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we talked about earlier that in this game, we had Bacon in the mid lane armor and the ADC lane, and as well as NF, but they had leads in their lanes by a pretty good amount to try to balance out the sub killer lead. But I think it's too much because like even though they had that lead, right, and they're performing very well, their counterparts are still keeping up with them in these numbers here, with Discordia only about 3K behind and Jingwei 2K behind. Wow, you look at Sub Killer who's 26K, and you don't want to look all the way at the bottom and see Logan Fresh with 6K damage, lowest in the game, even than the knock support. Every single player on the team just about lower than. So yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah, we didn't know too much about these players in the jungle here, but we assumed that they weren't UD. It could be showing here they're both not doing much in particular, kind of just role playing, as Armor Wolf has to ult out here, and Discordio comes out and say Ares, not anything gonna happen there, probably just face tanked it for somebody. And Armor Wolf have to beat out, I mean, not have to beat, have to ult out there. Unfortunate, not able to play up as he wants to, as they're making things happen here, forcing him to play back a little bit, not be too aggressive and out of position. Yeah, easily. Very, very good support play here. And junglers not being more of role players and not really showing out too much, but it's fine though. Peeled off by Agni. Agni is hitting for sure. Yeah, lots of health, lots of things to scale with Glad Shield from, but not any magic protections here, as misses a Fearless, well, probably because he uses two. And he gets picked up here. Ares only a single ult, but Jingwei going to be able to ult out, so not any danger for actually gets killed by the Agni burn. And a compliments with the Ares. Oh my god, Ares with a awesome blink. Literally just went straight through the Discordia 1. Able to get sub kill here, but not any follow-up here. Yeah, it's a great fight for them. They still have these tier 2 towers up, but they'll be able to knock them down, I'm sure, for sure. It's very good plays from Nestle here. He's just really just playing the entire team fight. Played the beginning of the team fight well, able to come back in. Even with the quarter HP, some supports might be hesitant, but he's still in here. He knows how much damage he can take, and he knows how much damage that he can put out to these guys and where his teammates are and how long he could bait for. So he can really just be in and out of the fights. Yeah, he's been showing out here. Yeah. Mhm. Tier only got like 20 extra damage, I swear. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Nesso here. He's eating a lot of these Discordials. Not sure if you kept noticed as they get a nice combo on here into here. Not too much, not enough follow-up. But yeah, Nesso's been taking a lot of Discordia's main damage, eating the ult. And while Bacon's able to slip in his damage through these walls over people onto multiple people. And yeah, Discordia usually good in fighting corridors, but when he supports positioning really well and, you know, able to understand what the other team needs to do to win, he's able to just eat these Discordia ults and keep his team away from a lot of damage here. So, yeah, but eating some poke here, but not anything crazy. Caught the dash of Bacon, but he still kills Discordia. Beats Forcell here. Yeah, all 5 members here. EFG healing, Armor picks up a kill onto Joe from New York, and Ares gets you're probably thinking that Kieran does nothing. As he does, gets pulled in, melted, and Mercworks swimming alive here. Is able to get away, but probably game for sure here. I mean, Subkill had a really good blink onto Bacon. He caught his dash quarter way with the cripple. Did very good, but just not able, just not enough to really turn this entire thing with the jungler not able to find anything much. Discordia damage, not able to do anything. They wasted some of their cooldowns and stuff on trying to poke out Nestle. Took no damage from that at all. And they're kind of left with nothing. Most damage in the game. Yeah, and Logan not able to show up in any sort of fight or anything here, as he literally went up. I think after between the second to last team fight and that team fight, I think he went up like 900 damage or something. Yeah, really not able to get anything here. Unfortunately, showing the the difference here when with this UD Soul laner, the top UD Soul laner, I would say so. Was a champion last season. Kind of maybe Logan can go back here and check out what he did in this game and maybe learn from facing Subcolor here. Yeah. So, yeah. Yep. Let me. Well, actually, not. Let me get the code. I didn't type it in yet. So. All right. I believe I am ready. Everything here. Yep, I'm ready. Yep. I think we have lucked out here. We have could see everything here. For me at least. All right, yeah. So it looks like we'll get into these picks and bans. Notably, Justin, who I believe subbed in, and so did Kexen for was that Monkey on that team? Yep, he subbed in for Monkey and Brownslide, I believe. No, Brownside's still there. Who's on the other player? Yes. Yeah, he subbed in for NF. That's actually, yeah. I mean, it's yeah. Yeah, I heard some for the support, but I feel like it's still balanced. I feel like it's still balanced out, right? They had both junglers were not too impactful into the late game and later mid game. They were doing some decent things in early mid game, but I think Justin Who was like one of the, I think he's like top 4 jungler in the UD last season, as he was most often seen. Was able to outperform people like Zero Penguin and drop like double digits on their head and stuff. And so he has the potential to carry out and do really good things here. So they lost their support, but they gained a major upgrade in the jungle department here. And Kexen, I believe he's a pretty good player. He mains jungle, doesn't play support. Maybe if he's playing support, he'd be able to emulate what he does on jungle here and put in presence, as he has been doing really well in a lot of jungling for these prospect games. So might not be too bad. Might not be able to min max and bait as well as NF, but probably has the knowledge and the rotational ability to move around here, as Gilgamesh is locked in and a Heimdallr for the red team. Probably for Humble. Oh, actually, gets Hui instead. Wants the big circles here. Hui, Gilgamesh, a lot of havoc and circles. Yeah. Yeah. And Joe here grabbing Rama, playing towards these later game ADCs. I'm not too confident in the lane, perhaps. Just trying to keep up here in damage, as he has been doing. With Jingwei, he's kept up in damage, as we can see, and definitely, I think that's probably the playstyle for Joe from New York here on this carry. As Morgan is also locked in. Wondering why in particular. Maybe they just want to play Morgan. Don't see any exciting transforms. Maybe Rama, maybe Achilles is cute. Perhaps a Gilgamesh ult. Mhm. Yeah, I think he actually is. Yeah, I mean, Cucullin does well against just about almost everybody, but Achilles could ignore that health shield, as it's merely a shield, and could execute him in these fights here. Achilles has good poke, can poke him out, and then dash out before he's able to transform and really get in there, perhaps. If he's doing well. Yeah. Sure, it does have iframes though, so if you're really good with it, you could just wait to the end, jump over, or jump in place, intentionally. But if his jump is down or he's used it already, it's not optimal to get away from that. So overall, yeah, yeah, I believe Apollo has just been left open both these games. Amarov has a good history of popping off with Apollo, but looks like neither team wants to play it. Maybe Amarov wants to showcase some of his other ADCs, and the other team not really feeling the Apollo. Yeah, yeah, definitely for sure. Definitely just a higher tier pick for a comp if you want, but doesn't fit into all the comps that you maybe want. Like he's not going to be, as you said, the end all be all for all comps. He just might do well for a certain comp or just a good pick in general, but definitely not essential. With the maybe they're just trolling here. There's nobody who played Posh on this set. Probably maybe just trolling. Doesn't know what else to ban or doesn't really care. Yeah, very confident. Yep. Fenrir being hovered, blue team. Pele was also locked in on the red side, probably going Justin Hu, one of his staple junglers. Possibly Fenrir support or Keely support, perhaps, maybe. Brownside does play. Actually, it's probably going to Brownside. Brownside does play the Fenrir support. He plays that's one of his picks that he likes a lot. He likes early game supports. They're gonna put in the work or some more unorthodox things. He doesn't like to get banned out. Likes to be very flexible. Yeah, for sure here, but I like the Hunbat's pick. Hunbat's not that good into this meta we've been seeing. I haven't really been seeing him a lot. I feel like the hybrid builds aren't that great with him. Yeah, the starter's not that great with him. I feel like the hybrid build is not that great for him. He wants some cooldown and stuff. He wants he wants those stats, and he doesn't do insane amount of damage. That you can just go fully hybrid. I mean, you could just ult in a lot, but I feel like it could be too predicted here. Like I often would see a Hunbats and like if we're in a team fight and I know he's gonna ult me, I'd just walk away or like for a little bit or something. But if you can be crafty with it, I think it's good. I just don't think it particularly lines up perfectly with the meta here. But it's good beads burner here. Good transform from Oregon. Fenrir would be grabbing a lot of beads. Hunbats would be grabbing beads. So I mean, like when you stick Hunbats into a comp that's meant to play around Hunbats getting beads and other people getting beads, and it works very well. Of course, it doesn't have to be in the meta to be like the best thing to pick. But I like the comp for the blue team here. Red team with a pretty decent comp here as well. I think they do just about fine all stages of the game, with maybe the blue team being better as they have Rama. But Hui can't be crit, so or he can be crit, but it's much slower. Much slower. It's like 3 seconds. You have to get crit once and then 3 seconds. But are we gonna get into the game? Yeah, like spectate match. Okay. So yeah, which draft do you like? Well, yeah. Actually, yeah. So we already talked about the players. So which draft do you like more? If it was the blue team or the red team, with the Morgan over here on the blue team and the Hui's and stuff on the red team. For sure. Yeah, as he's in support, I believe Fenrir as well. Mhm. Yeah, yeah. Right, been able to stay back and drop bombs on you, drop the taiko drums on you, just drop the damage, get you out of here. Yep, it's a mark. So yep. Uh, I'm at 5. I'll be there in a second. All right, I'm good. Yes. Yep. All right. Yes. All right. Yep. All right. So okay. Getting to the starts. How do you feel about Mercwork? He doesn't like going Boomba's tier 2 boots. He just prefers going Boombas and tier 1 mace. Interesting choice here. But Justin is on high. Justin is on I though. I feel like I is a different case. You can't get tier 2 boots unless you do the animosity cheese. Yeah, I'm not sure if Flamey is he has gotten first blood, or I think both games, or just gotten killed overall both games. But I feel like he's not that. He doesn't. Maybe he doesn't understand that Raijin had three archers there, about full health, or like about half health, definitely not in kill range. So he still took the trade. What is Cullen doing? Not with his jungler there. He definitely could have made it in time for a 1 or something. Misses the 1, speaking of, and Justin was going to die here. I think he got baited by his solo laner. He's calling the kill. I mean, Pele's very good at chasing people down. She has a speed boost, right? It comes up, it's often she can ramp it up to tier 2, and she can really catch them there. But the solo laner not anywhere near just finishing off the minions when he's in no danger of dying. Should just came for the kill, and not bait his Justin Who there. For like maybe it's miscommunication or just not any awareness from the solo laner there that leads to them getting turned on instead. Yeah, indecisive. But despite Justin Who getting killed here, he's putting his money into other sources here, playing up for this red buff here. Unfortunately, able to kill Hun Bats despite no beads. They got some good damage into him, but regardless of even though the fact they didn't get the kill, this is a free invade here. Justin Who not slowing down, even though he got baited by Solaner, just deciding, you know what, I'm just gonna come over here and we're gonna play up with my mid laner who has this pressure. We're gonna instantly insert this pressure as you going left side for gank. Brownslide probably down here. Justin Who doing a great job here. Spite took it over there. I believe the red team was losing that engagement, were they? With Who having to jump off, right? And Justin Who came in here with the blink and a nice 2, knocking up both of them there and getting a double invade here. He gets the red buff, gets per buff, and gets a kill, double kill actually over here. Well, it didn't go to him, but they wiped up the dual lane. So not letting that setback affect them. Yeah, and it gets you to your power spike faster. Like if I'm Hun Bats here, I'm playing for level 5 anyway or something, right? So you want to just get the full boost by the time you're 5 and be able to farm as fast as possible efficiently. Just have that power spike there, be able to really enforce this Hun Bats ult whenever you want, don't you think? Oh no. Unfortunate. Both the jungler and the mid for the blue team. Wait, hold on a second. Might get picked up by Justin Who here. Does get picked up indeed. No ult for Hun Bats to finish that off. But yeah, the blue team jungler and mid both kind of being awkward and walking away with Hun Bats missing the ult. And the Morgan had ulted into Fenrir, right? Was able to come back in. The Morgan took most of the damage, and then it could have came back in with the Fenrir ult, but as there's another teammate fighting, but decided actually was indecisive, so got blocked by the vines, and then Hun Bats was just there by himself and was unable to get anything.
They didn't hold anything back. Good.
Yeah, for sure. Missed the ult on Justin Who, unfortunate. Should have killed Brownslide without having to expunge the blink, but still goes down nonetheless. Not too big of a misplay there. He missed the ult, but he still got the kill. He had to blink, but not too important here. Mhm. Yeah, not sure what's happening here for these skirmishes. Just stepping up, trying to clear, I guess, and getting poked to oblivion. Yeah, Achilles could definitely rotate or make a bigger impact. He has his execute. They can set up for chain execute to get people low. You know, he has a stun to get multiple people, and really, you know, put out that damage and stick onto people. Because if he's ahead and he's not dying, he can stick to people with the 3, applies damage, heal, and really be able to make an impact here as well as execute, take out tanks, and maybe set up for chain executes if the team is able to coordinate and get everybody low.
Well, this is unfortunate. No one can hear me because I actually muted myself. That is unfortunate. Logan got
That's
the
fine.
kill.
Yep. I was watching the solo this whole time, and Logan walked in, got too excited, thought he could put Subkiller in the ground despite Subkiller not have backing yet. Jumped in to Subkiller after his 3 was down, but didn't realize that Subkiller was gonna get him into execute range and then finish him off with Cucullin didn't transform at all. Was unable to have his jump as he had wasted it, got too excited, and he tried to ult Achilles to stop him from executing him, but Achilles obviously just using the ult with the CC immunity to ignore that entire knockup and just execute Cucullin, soloing him for the second time here in this game, at least in the set, maybe like 5 times or 6 times, I believe.
Yeah, it's a very big lead here in the soloing. 3 levels ahead right now at 7 minutes in. It can very easily turn extremely impressive. Quexen barely
Hits a good
misses the
monkey,
drop kick right
unable
there.
to teleport though.
Brownslide currently on the retreat here. Big ultimate used. A lot of them used onto him right there, and he falls down very quickly.
Double circles there, and the Pele also in there.
Ooh,
Literally
showing
overlapped
Yurima
like a
damage.
Venn
Good ult
diagram.
from the Hunbats, though, getting the kill onto Bacon here.
Good ult from Hunbats, but I think they all die here. At least Hunbats, no health. Oh,
Ooh, extremely greedy
still
chasing
looking
out.
for him.
Morgan ultimate used to get the Hunbats ult, and it looks
Great,
like Umbrella
yeah.
will be forced out here.
Excellent punish, but Hui might still live. But actually, they're all low. Burn could chase him down, but not staying close enough
I
to
think out of
the
that pick, you
targets.
just look for the Scorpion there. I think that's the better play there.
Yeah, but Justin Hu spinning back here. I think he backed and came back or healed or something. But they're showing us though here. Morgan full health here though.
Behind
But
on,
I
Armor was
don't know about
busted
this. There's
out
90
on
teammates here. He
Morgan.
gets spotted out. Gonna get collapsed on here.
Blown up by the
That's-
double
Morgan
ultimate.
picked up the kill though. Joe from New York finishing up on Kexen.
2
Morgan's still alive
doubles.
actually.
And now Justin Hughes on the retreat, and now Blue Team's in a very good position here. And it looks like they're going to go ahead and look for continue to chase the kill out. I'm surprised neither team's looking for the Scorpion.
Yeah, I think in this play you check the purple and then go to the Scorpion. Check the purple right now. The purple's up. They're going for it.
Yeah.
They're probably not going to be able to get the Scorpion though. Maybe they get the purple buff unless Justin knows something to say about it. But I don't think he'll contest it. But they could have gotten the purple buff and the. Oh, do they even get the purple buff? Might not even get that. Actually, no, they will still get it. But they could have also gotten the Scorpion as well. Not making a great usage of their time entirely. Maybe just because it's a prospect game, not organized team.
I think it's why it looks like so much like Arena in this is because it's a prospect game. They're really just looking to fight and show off in them. And so they tend to just to fight more than actually farming and doing what you would normally in comp, but just kind of show off their mechanic skill.
Potentially.
It's kind of hard to be an organized team in Mullet.
Yeah, I feel you. I mean, I feel like some players that are already comfortable in their shoes, that are already seasoned here, are probably able to take advantage of that and be able to farm more. As Achilles over here on the right side, 4 members probably dead here.
Ooh, good stun off. It looks like you will fall down though. 4 people
Not enough though. Putting Subkiller in check, but it's still 3-level lead though. But I was saying before that I think as Hui's here, probably dead as well. That's Hunbatzel and Armorwolf unable to do anything. But they both players who are having these leads and being aggressive both died, and they still maintain a decent lead over the counterpart. But I was saying before that I think the people that are seasoned here are able to take advantage of this arena fighting, and I think that they are playing their game style more. Playing around their knowledge. They know that they're going to be able to hold their own. They're maximizing their farm here and able to get these leads here that we see, even though it just goes up. Nope. Gets picked up by Brownslide, probably maybe low health after that 4-man gank and staying around trying to get some farm, trying to catch up to Achilles while he's dead. But Brownslide not going to let this the soul laner catch up to his sub-killer.
Yeah, it looks like he ulted and forced up the beats from Logan Too Fresh and got the kill regardless. Maybe at least there.
perhaps maybe used the beads incorrectly, or it just didn't matter regardless. Brownslide is was 1 HP after that, so maybe he was full health and took a lot of stuff over here as
Joe from New York
Rama
definitely
is
has it on
looking
armor
at 3 people under him
speeds forced out
and
here and
dashes
now.
out, but probably dead here. Gonna stall a little bit, but no teammate from the blue side here
Nice.
able to
Looks like he will
come help him. Just gonna get dunked on, and
feel a little unnecessary. Probably
yeah,
saved it for the Gold Fury.
definitely an overkill. I see there could have used that for the gold fury. They had enough tank, they had enough health on their frontliners and people, but yeah, definitely could have used that somewhere else. But armor hopefully gonna heal up here on the pro buff and walk away from that
This is a
satisfied.
very
They killed Rama.
interesting Gilgamesh support build.
Oh yes. So, all right. So we have Talaria boots here, Pridwin, and tier 1 Lono's mask, which gave him 50 health and 50 mana. I think he just picked that up with the Gilgamesh passive. Pretty sure.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. I hope.
Yeah, I think. I'm not sure if he's going to continue with it, but I'm definitely sure he picked it up off the Gilgamesh passive, unless he's just going sickle mode. But interesting with the Pridwin, just kind of wants to play with his ult, right?
Maybe the Prid
Play
was a
with
way
that big
pick up
circle.
for after boots. That would make sense
Huh?
to me.
Yeah, right. He wants to be fast. Once he gets these team fights, wants to play with his ult and have it like an arena boxing stage, and really able to help in these fights here. Just like denying a lot of area for the other team, and able to make almost any fight their advantage if they get the right position here, and not really worrying about his own gameplay as Gilgamesh in terms of his slowing people and
Realizing
stuff like that.
he was getting ganked right here and backed off of it very passively, dashing away.
This is the stun on Fenrir, unable to keep him in there. Maybe could have killed Fenrir if he hits that stun there.
Yeah. Flexen diving in here, maybe a little bit early of an ultimate, but does catch out.
No, not bad. Using his ult, they have no movement abilities. Actually, Rama just came back up, but probably still gonna die. Hunbats probably gets away. Fenrir probably gets away. Rama definitely dead for sure. As Pele spots him out here in a purple buff, I think he's able to secure the purple buff off the blue team, if I'm not mistaken. Not really.
Now they'll show up the Gold Fury here. Subco rotating in, however, but the rest of the team doesn't seem to be very interested in actually fighting over this Gold Fury.
Gets a nice stun into the wall on Achilles, and Achilles has to ult out here. Hunbat's ult comes out from, and then Morgan picks up a kill on Bacon here. There's one Hunbat's in the back line, one Hunbat's in the front line. Interesting there. Double Hunbat's ult coming out from the blue team here. Yep. Only ultimate up is Armor. Armor Wolf's ultimate. He is decently healthy, but Joe, not there either. Not much. Yep, Morgan not quite fast enough to come over there.
Your future looks bleak.
Yeah, Raijin Aegis probably dead here. Oh, actually gets a show and able to live longer, but Morgan may die here. Nice. Using the ult, yeah. Took too long to kill Raijin. Was able to live with the shell, or longer, I should say, with the shell, and his ultimate able to live for the last second he needs to do that work to turn that around to allow his team to clean up. But back to what you were saying before. I actually don't remember what you were saying before. I'd like to reiterate it. Oh yeah, on Fenrir. I mean, I don't think it's really troll. Like, it's very selfish for sure, but like. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think something else maybe. I don't know if he would have liked Thebes here because he's behind. I guess I would have maybe if he wanted to get a Pridwin as well, but he would still be kind of not as tanky as Kexen over here on the warrior is a warrior indeed. So he's gonna have some more protections here, but I think it's still fine for Fenrir right now. I'm not sure. Maybe the Ansel is iffy over there. It has a great passive. It's a really good item though. But I mean, the Glad Kid gives him health that he needs in the support role, and just some damage here. Just likely wants to catch people out, give them some cooldown too. And with the tank boots, it's not really a bad option here. I think maybe he needs to round it out later in the build. Some better items. Yeah, only 30-30 coming from the Pridwin, and bunch of health for everything else. Yeah, excellent effort from Bacon, but not enough there. They dropped like 2 ults on him, and Ramoed indeed. Morgan just trying to get some value from the transform. Interesting Aegis still alive here. It's not a win if you're Morgan. Wanted to use the ult effectively, but was just not close enough. And Bacon did a good job of surviving there, but he eventually ate, I think 2 or 3 ults to the face, probably. Yeah, Rama, Fenrir, and I think Hunbatso. He just ate 3 to the face. They're all in similar cooldown. He was able to taunt away. I mean, no fear away, I should say, and keep himself alive, but just not enough when none of his teammates were in the vicinity. Just trying to back off there. He was caught out. Yeah, definitely. Allows him to get back up in there a little bit. Not too far, maybe. Could be useful here. Not sure how I feel about going Void Shield. Second item on Cucullin. Like, you usually want to go Void Shield if you want to, like, insert your dominance here and, like, be able to trade out more in the solo lane, at least if you're going at first or second. But it's not going to be that much merit. True, potentially. Misses the monkey on Pele, unable to find the kill. You're trying to bait for Armor Wolf in here, as it still works out though. Mercworks picked up right off the jump, and ult coming out from Hui. Rama has a dash out here. Nothing found so far with the Huio. Cullen gets a nice pull into the Huio, but Hui's really low here. No one able to find a kill quite yet. Justin Hui, you're trying to clean up here. Got a knock up on Achilles. Achilles helps out, but it will still die regardless. The nice blink from Brownslide forces the Aegis from Hui and still kills him regardless. Brownslide with some nice IQ here, able to come up here and clean up, but Justin Hu with this knockup on this Pele, this early mid game, able to really cause havoc here. Not being the frontal force of the fights, but is coming when it matters and is really playing that jungler role and cleaning up. Rama probably still falls here. I think actually Cucullin not tanky enough to go in there without being shredded by the Rama if he turns around. But I think Morgan not getting that much value from this pick here, just trying to really enforce the fact that she's Morgan and trying to make use of this ultimate. But I think maybe the positioning is not quite up to par for you to be able to be in these, for you to be at the right place in the right time to who you need to be to get in there and make that impact. So it's kind of just like she's chasing after Ghost.
The thing's glitching out. It keeps muting me. I don't know why.
Oh, unfortunate. I didn't hear you. Anything you said after I said? If you had anything to say.
No, nothing too big there. It's unfortunate. I'll probably just end up having you solo cast at this point, honestly, just keep muting me.
Oh yeah, someone told me that you can't hear Hydra sometimes. Unfortunate, probably what you were saying. But if that's the case, so talk it up regardless.
Yeah.
as Kexen here in mid. Raijin dash forced out, and Age is probably dead here but to these guys. But Spates long enough. Justin Who turns it. They just can't seem to kill Bacon. Justin Who always in time for his mid laner here. They got the Aegis from Raijin was looking dead, but Justin Who were on the corner coming up from the speed buff, and they weren't able to put Bacon in the grave. So, like, I don't know if it was miscommunication or just misabilities or not timing it, but they just couldn't get Bacon out. And also some positioning from Bacon as well, and good usage of his resources as a backliner should. As Achilles getting hit here and gets knocked up, and Hunbats jumps out of here, and they get a stun on Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh kind of low, but Beta Lip of his team as Hunbats comes out here, hits two people. Raijin beats forced out. Achilles looking for rescue, doesn't get anybody. BB jumped away and looks in to turn on Achilles. He seems to be alive here still, as Kexen actually gets picked out here, and Achilles is being looked at, being chased down by Pele here. Not quite dead, probably falls here. Nope, not close enough. Pele still not close enough. Hits the last auto with the speed buff, and Rama cleans up the Pele over here. And overall, it's a 2-for-1 trade in favor of the blue team here. They maintain their pressure. They're able to kill Justin Who is rampaging. Allows their jungler to be somewhat even with him now. I think actually same level, despite not putting in as much work as Justin Who. And Kexen also died here, but all they get is power off that, so not insane or monumental, but definitely a win for the blue team here.
Into the shadows. This city.
Huh? Yeah, for sure. I'll just call out the fights since we would just let each other call the fights back and forth. But since they can't hear you, I'll just call them. So yeah, I don't know. Yep, maybe we'll figure it out in the future. But yeah, looks like you guys want to be able to hear me. But anyways, back into the fight or into the game. The red team positioning for this Oni Fury, looking to pull it. Not all members of blue team here. Morgan backing. Not sure if you know that. Not a particular coverage, only defensive coverage. Not any wards really here to the enemy side here. Only they both have about the same amount of vision, but they're looking to pull this a little bit. No, just walking out, playing high, positioning. The Cullen Gilgamesh spearheading, and Pele just kind of sneaking around here on the left. I don't think blue team has vision over there. They don't know. Now they see them on the wave. Getting some defensive vision here, making sure the red team doesn't have any eyes, and able to sentry ward that out over here. As red team is still here for this gold fairy, nothing happening really, with neither team having much information to go in or anything really. As they see Pele here on the left side, looking at Pele not in any danger. Good positioning fast. Well, Brownslide is in the middle of three people here. Gets marked, not able to find a stun from Hu Yi. And Fenrir walks out of there just having to jump. An attempt, he was looking for something high, playing highs, but not able to find anything. Both teams still dancing on here. Brownslide wanting to ult, but took a lot of damage and just canceled his ult. Turned around with the Gilgamesh going in. It's a ult down. Kukulkan jumped in. The ult's up, hits two people with it. And they're trying to burn down Kukulkan here as Rama's in the air sniping. And they got Achilles being chased down. The fight's kind of split up with Hunbat's ulting. Gets CC'd by the Raijin, and Rama Aegis forced out. And the Hunbat's ult not connecting, I believe. And they will pick up JoeFromNewyork, unfortunately. And Kexen are just kicking around Achilles as Raijin gets refragged by Brownslide. Brownslide not allowing them to get all these kills without anyone paying for it, as the Oni Fury is being started up here after that successful fight from the red team. Gilgamesh giving his life steal. Still two members from the blue side here showing face. Gilgamesh is a nice drop kick to the Achilles. I think it still goes this way. Brownslide tried to steal, still gets it. Sub killer able to pick up a kill on Logo Too Fresh, but Brownslide is killed, and probably Achilles as well here. Decent try to see the Gold Fury. They're showing face. They picked up a kill for it. Not the worst, but still a better trade for the red team, as they got the Gold Fury and killed 4 members throughout that entire course of time, and probably looking down to kill this mid tower as well. As a Humberto comes in, and unable to find anything on Justin Hu. And gets a stun, probably almost spelled the end for Hunbat's. Armor Wolf jumps in into a Morgan stun just to get turned to Gilgamesh. Picks up Justin Hu, who was low on the entire fight. Double Gilgamesh dunk. And looks like the Morgan is going to get away here. 1 HP as Joe from New York saw the opportunity with Armor Wolf with no jump, probably no actives. I think he still had Aegis, but wanted to pull up in there, make sure that he puts him out of his misery for jumping in there. But yeah, Justin Hu here came in able to do more than this on bats throughout the game. They are even now, though, as the late game is kind of smoothing out. Only level differences. Only people were not 20 actually in the solo lane, and the support with Morgan not being 20 as well, not performing as up to par as Bacon. Logan also not doing as hot as his team probably needed him to be, but he's probably doing better than last game with already more damage than last game. Is 9k damage in comparison to 7k he had at the end of the last game with blue team going on Cullen here, trying to get something from him. Logan, not good positioning, taking a lot of damage, hits 3 members, but they're going to pick him up here. Don't know what Logan's doing there. Not any member nearby, kind of just costing that fight so far. He gets a free pick onto Logan there, making him 0-5 with 9 assists. So overall, similar participation to Achilles, but Subkiller is 7k damage ahead of Achilles here. Unfortunately, with Hunbats and the Fenrir being the lowest, Hunbats being the lowest in the game, Justin Hu diffing him by around 3 times, I believe. It's 8,000. As Fenrir gets a nice pull into Raijin here, but Hunbats is an ult as well. Hits 3 people. Bacon, no beads. Gonna finish him off. That's actually Morgan who hit that ult. And Hunbat's gonna jump out the real one. But the other one, don't know which one is who, but Mercworks is gonna fall from it regardless. Thunder and Achilles trying to look for him, but Justin, who's picking up Brownslide in the background as Gilgamesh here between 2 people. He has to jump over the wall, and Achilles is just sitting here keeping Hui busy, who might kill him. Gets the ult out, probably still hits the ult on him. I don't know if he stuns him. He's not fast enough. He could be getting baited now, but all those 3 members of the red team around, Achilles is just trying to live, but he's actually probably dead now, walking into the clutches of Justin Hu and Quexen, just walking to the tower, trying to live. But he actually makes it to his tower, though. Actually, a good blink out there, not able to stop him from blinking. Yeah, definitely. They're trying to position for this fire giant, maybe get some words out over here after winning that fight pretty decisively, I would say. Although still around even though, neither team particularly in a better advantage with all 5 alive, about the same difference between across the map, except the fact that Raijin has upgraded starter and Morgan doesn't. And they both have around the same run of relics burned and used for both sides here. Cullen going beads and shell, not going blink. Kind of questionable on the shell. Maybe if there's a Pele on the other team who's gonna be, trying to ult you and hit those stuff, maybe I could see the shell, but I would probably prefer to just see a Sunder coming out from Cullen or just a blink for these engages. Not able to quite do that, really. Yeah, 2 shells definitely unnecessary, and also he is in the support role. So, and blink he doesn't do well with blink as a fighter, and fire giant Kexen has to jump out and kill Gilgamesh. Fire giant taking a piece of Subkiller, knocking him up, but literally doing no damage. So you see a fire giant dance here with Pele being pinged out in the mid lane. Able to just walk away too fast. Nothing from the blue team here. Kexen has to jump in right into a Morgan. Looks like they're trying to do something here with the Gilgamesh as ult comes out from the red team. Nothing really. Just all they got is a ult from Kexen, but his ult isn't in the most insane. It's not exactly creating everything. It's just adding on to these fights. So not the biggest thing. It's not like they took something out like Hunbatsu or Raijin ult, even though Hunbatsu is on their team, but of that caliber. Some dewarding here, both teams warding out, taking sentries out. And Fenrir gets in here with the ult. Pele tries to look for something. Rajan has the ult. Fenrir getting burned out, unable to find anything with that ult or anything. As Kakullin's gonna walk in here. Pele also going on Humbats, killing him while Kakullin's over here on the Morgan. So they're splitting up their dive, but they're still getting it done. Joe from there picked up here, nowhere to go. Achilles might be able to live here, maybe, but actually there's people just knocking him down. But he's gonna be able to ult here. I'm pretty sure that he still lives. They're pinging the fire giant. They want him to die, and they're still gonna continue for it. No ult, no 3. Took a long time, but they finally killed Subkiller. Jesus, man, that man is really tanky. Able to get his stacks online with the height of the Urchin. And I think the Glad Shield doing well, and all this protection is scaling well together. Able to heal from CAD Shield a little bit more with this 2 as well. Decisive deicide from the red team over here. Not sure where's the communication on the Kakulin dive and the Justin Hu Pele dive, but they kind of just split targets. Justin Hu was going on Hun Bats and a little bit of Rama, and Kakulin was going on the Morgan, and I believe, yeah, just the Morgan. Brownslide was already dead. Try to find an ult, try to find something, couldn't. Played into a corridor right into Raijin. Raijin just kind of shotgun barreled him and everybody behind him as Fenrir gets a nice ult on Pele here. Pele's gonna get cleaned out here, not respecting the Fenrir, and gets ulted. No beads, probably no ult, nothing up. I think ult probably just came up, or if he did have ult, it's too greedy. So Fenrir doing a nice job there, picking it up. They did get Fire Giant for the red team, EFG, if you will. And they still have the Fire Giant under their belts on their most of the members for the red team, including the ADC. So red team still in the driver's seat here with this game, pulling the Primal Fury. Should burn it fast. Joe from New York is here, spearheading it by himself as the carry. Gets knocked into Morgan. What a trick shot. But nothing here for both sides here. Just the Primal Fury under red team's belt, and they have EFG as well. So definitely red team spearheading it here. With surprisingly Joe from New York here, 4K damage ahead of Hu Yi. He wasn't doing that well in lane. He was holding his own as well. Armor Wolf was out pressuring him, I believe. But Rama more catered towards late game, has an attack speed stem. Armor Wolf here bought Kin Size as his last item. I mean, Kin Size does go well with Hu Yi passive, as you do more damage to people who are marked and have less health by the percentage. So Kin Size could help him out in terms of shredding people's health and stuff like that. Not sure if he had enough space to fit in the crit build, but with Ornate Arrow, he does give him a lot of crit chance, so he could technically fit in it. Maybe he doesn't like the Poison Star, not really feeling it. Probably gives lower DPS than the Kin Size, but it adds crit and adds some CC. So people do like it, but not a bad pickup for Armor Wolf there. But Joe from New York still ahead in the damage charge due to being Rama. I presume as he gets knocked up here into the wall, nothing really, just a drop kick, nothing else. Team trying to fight. It's Brownslide lowest in the team, but his jungler right next to him, not good, as Brownslide is merely the support. Kakulin even lower than Hun Bats, doing no damage. As a fight breaks out here, and Kakuli's a nice stun, and a Gilgamesh ult comes out here, and the Fenrir ult comes out. So there's a Hu Yi ult, nobody found yet. If Fenrir gets a grab onto the Kakulin, not sure if it was worth. Raijin has the beads out here and gets cleaned up by the dive here. And Morgan, as Hun Bats trying to jump in, as there's a fight here on New York also, from Joe from New York also on the right side. Just a split up fight again. Just a fight on the left, a fight in the middle, and a fight on the right, with 2 people on the red team dying, which is not bad. But three members of the blue team die as fire minions are kind of creeping in here. Could be game. There's still some members alive. The minions are dead though, so not sure about that now, as they're still trying to end the Titan, still trying to end it. Kakulin gets out 1 HP. Pele dies. Gilgamesh here is trying to finish it, and I think they do get it. Finishes the game with a drop kick. Drop kicked the Titan and drop kicked Brownslide into the wall, and that's going to be the game for the red team. Well, I mean, I just think that Subkiller was, even though he I think he was doing more, it was just unfortunate because, I mean, although they lost an F on the red team, Justin, who was able to fill in just perfectly, and Kexen also, although he picked an unorthodox support, we don't even know if he's eligible for the support in terms of effectiveness, but was able to play it well here and Justin, who just fragged out 16-5, able to mitigate what Subkiller was doing. Hunbat's not able to do anything. They weren't taking advantage of the comp and weren't playing around the timers and really forcing things. And Morgan also not able to get any merit from these ultimates and not being able to be the playmaker that Morgan should be for this comp. So just unfortunate, really.